We are live. Are we going to have a terrific time? I think we are. Is it cow, like KAO, a Chinese name? Close. It's Kappa Alpha Theta. What are we doing? We are TGIF-ing comedy, TGIF comedy, on a Wednesday. What's better than Friday vibes in a YouTube comedy set coming early on a Wednesday? Why are we exploding early? Because when you explode this early, by Friday, we're going to be reloaded up for more energy, more cold opens, and more comedy inside of TGIF Friday. Let's get into some current developments that might prime you to do slightly better. This is item number 1. It's a press badge, and cost for this biohacking event is $3,000. My cost is $0. Is this impressive to you? It should be, because that's what you can do using AI, which is access full price work conferences. This is how. When work conferences have a entrance price of $2,000, $3,000, or $4,000, we can apply for a press pass. This press pass is meant for coverage via Instagram posts and YouTube videos and WordPress 12-sentence summaries. What's up? How are you? It's TGIF Comedy, in that we are doing Thank Jesus Christ It's Friday on a Wednesday. Why? Because we like to arrive early. Dare I say, come quickly? Oh yeah, because via this comedy that's 100% true and also funny every time. 14% of the time. What's up? I'm going to say hi to people. Justin Ortiz, what's up? Kanzi Earwood, hi. Skies Videos, Tiger Lily. Javelin Cody, hi. A23, what's up? Tiger Lily 413. Jordan Ricci, hi. What's up? How are you guys? We are in the comedy set of 2 free drinks as your admission. How are these drinks free? This is how. Via a press badge to a conference where you can get 20 drinks free. What's this press badge for? It's us writing articles that AI wrote. Look at Duck 9, you guys. I wrote that article in literally 2 minutes. I wrote that article in literally 90 seconds. Remember, this comedy set, TGIF, drops new episodes Wednesdays and Mondays. If positive comedy and hanging out with cool vibes while we vibe code at www.duck9, you can see how I earned this $2,000 badge for biohacking to a conference with people who have $2,000. It took me 2 minutes. www.duck9, duck like a rubber duck, 9 the number 9.com, and you can see my proof of work. How is this hilarious? Well, it's hilarious on 2,000 levels, with $1 being each level, which is, I had AI write an article as if I were speaking at Biohacking 2026. Sorry, I'll leave it up a little longer. Where I'm speaking at Biohacking 2026 using the best speakers in the past 4 years, 5 years. Why is that hilarious? Because now I'm able to speak at a conference speculatively while using AI, while using prior speakers such as Joe Dispenza, prior speakers such as Hal Elrod, who spoke earlier today. That's when we realize, oh my gosh, this TGIF Comedy that drops new episodes on Wednesdays and Mondays, this could be kind of a fun little life hack as I laugh along with this brand new friend of mine, a Chinese cowboy named Larry Cheng. What is my channel? Is it only stand-up? A lot of it's comedy, but 100% of it's true, and the orientation of the channel is what they don't teach you in school. Journalism. All it is writing a book report, not on a book, but on a conference report. Can you write a conference speaker report using AI? Can you listen to a speaker, get the transcript, and then write a summary? It is observational humor, Harvey Wickman. Good job. KB Zephy, what you're hearing is fully well-oriented. It's OC. It's the Oriental Cowboy. Yeah, I love Jesus. That's why this channel is kind of dorky to a lot of people. And when people drop spam, I am the guy who prays the gay away. Why is that funny? Because it's a countermeasure to people dropping homo humor that is sometimes mean-spirited, but you know, whatever. Right? Coming in hot. Coming in hot. This is the blessing that you actually do deserve, which is a new friend. But let's say a YouTube friend creeps you out a little bit because you don't make new friends over the internet because of stranger danger. That's okay. Sharing friendship via sharing friendly ideas. Outside of getting a conference badge, we are going to go to topic number next, which is kind of Asian. You won't have to forgive me because it's going to be awesome. How often do you eat fresh fruit? Do you know how to peel a grapefruit? How many times do you eat the fruit banana? No racial jokes, please. I'm the joke teller. This is honestly straightforward, a fruit question, which is, do you eat fruit? Do you buy fruit and then throw it away because you let it rot? Do you have a goal to buy avocado and make guacamole? In the comments, I'm going to play a game, which is you say the comment and then I make the joke. Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. Daniel Berry Spring Sports Highlights. I love sports highlights, and let's come up with a sport highlight joke. Let's say we were to use this video as a sports highlight reel. I, Larry Cheng, give you permission to recut, remix my content for your benefit. Similar to Major League Baseball, allowing the fair use written consent without written consent to distribute images and likeness. That's an NIL complicated legal disclosure. NIL, which is name, image, and licensing, now, via the construct of this video, is nomenclature intelligent Lorenzo, which is this: you able to paste copy smart things that I say, because I'm going to say about 20 things, 3 to 5 of them will be intelligent. You can do an NIL deal, which is using ChatGPT to come up with humorous things. Normally intelligent Larry clips. That's where you clip the videos as highlight snippets, so that way you're saving somebody else time. Ooh, you said sports highlights. This is a sporty way to cover this comedic content. Respun into AI, Asian intelligence, where you get video clips that are 15-second chunks, so that way you can chunk up your knowledge. Asian intelligence, artificial intelligence. Rosie loves Nick Jr. in the hospital right now. Hugs and prayers, and let's send healing thoughts to Rosie loves Nick Jr. Let's send some positive thoughts. Let's send them right now. In fact, I'm using some biohacking via thought waves, via prayer for your time that's temporary in a hospital. If praying to a specific third triumvirate of spirit offends you, just close your eyes and hear me talking about a all-powerful God who surrounds. Father, Lord, please be with us as we heal, whether it be in a hospital or during TGIF Wednesday Comedy Corner with my new Asian friend. Father, Lord, also thank you for the blessings of time, spending it with people that we can connect with, and also for giving us this wonderful temple that we house, known as our body, where you've allowed us to heal. So be with Rosie, Nick Jr., loves Nick Jr., as we all heal via positive thoughts and time. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. What we're going to now ace is Samuel Westall, who's likened and subscribed brother. Well, Samuel, I will deeply treasure and honor that as I come up with a like and sub joke turned into a country song. Sometimes I don't get subbed. Sometimes people don't like. Oh my God, this is actually pretty good. On Chad Hurley's website, sometimes I don't get liked. Sometimes on Steve Chen's site, nobody ever subs. Work in progress. Work in progress. Oh, you know what? It's not a work in progress. We're not going to pray for artistic insights, but we're really close. Liking and subbing. Country song. Country song. Country song. My name's Larry Chang. I'm an Asian cowboy dare I say, Oriental cowboy. I sing country songs. If I were in flow and having just aced creatively TGIF Comedy, who does, thank God it's Friday comedy on a Wednesday, an obnoxiously hilarious Chinese cowboy, what would he be singing? What would he be singing about liking and subbing? So what would the chorus be for liking and subbing? Begging for likes, begging for subs. That could be the chorus. What's the hook? The hook would be bum-ba-dee-da, bum-ba-dee-da. I'm too self-aware and self-conscious to sing a new song, and I'm not sleep deprived. I kind of need to be sleep deprived. Maybe I'll drink water. You know what? Put a pin in that. We're gonna write a country song. Ho ho! This is what we're doing. We're gonna use Gemini to write a country music song about Gemini subbing, Gemini liking. I'm gonna write that down. It's called Gemini because Google owns YouTube. Gemini sub, Gemini liking. The platform likes when you say positive things about the platform. Elliot says, hi. Hi back. How are you? Rosie, I'm going to double up and send more prayerful well wishes. You don't want to call it what it is. You want to just call it a temporary visitor or a growth that's growing kind of fast. But that's okay because growing fast is temporary and then you can undo it. AJ Speed Pro says, ew, look at the nerd. That could be a song. Oh, look, 11:11. Look, it's 11:11. It's all rigged with Gematria. That sounds like an STD, the quest. But hey, welcome. On Wednesdays and Mondays, I drop new apps. That's great. I'm a nonverbal autistic and I have cerebral palsy. I can't walk, so I'm in special education classes and I always get bullied for it. I just couldn't take it anymore. Well, what we could do is forgive the people that temporarily bully us because they themselves have their own issues. I am cognizant of people in the chat bullying me, and I'm forgiving of those people. Prayers. Uh-oh, this message is held for review. Oh, not that bad. Snifferiffle says, you are as entertaining as a wet piece of paper. Wet pieces of paper can be incredibly entertaining. This is what we're gonna do. We're going to wad up that wet piece of paper and we're gonna throw snot balls. Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we can. You found a rare egg. Good job. Thank you. Thank you, Li Myung-chi. How's my pronunciation as a fluent Chinese speaker? Li Myung-chi, which is, you found a rare egg. Good job. Let's bring it back to the Christian component, which is us finding eggs, Easter eggs. What's an Easter egg? It's another country song. Tom Brady, Elon Musk, Larry Chang. We all like to hide Easter eggs. Easter egg coming, Easter egg going, Easter egg hunting, Easter egg collecting. I just got really energized and nervous on the fact that I'm actually trying to write country music during a comedy set. I'm gonna have to watch this in editing and not look at myself singing and be in pain. This is something that we can learn from because we're talking about Easter eggs. Don't look at this video like it's easy for me to do, because singing, you see how hard it is for me to do it. So I'm not challenging you guys to sing a country song as a Chinese guy, but I am encouraging you to make your first faceless video, or take the first step in going from content consumption to content creation. What's the funny component of that piece? Here's the funny part, because to some people, I'm as entertaining as a wet piece of paper towel. Here's the payoff, is most people see content and they judge it. That's okay, because if we thicken up our skin and realize, you'll be able to surpass me on my YouTube channel. Why? Because you can take 1 or 2 videos that you make and springboard. You can get off of 0 videos published. Because what we're trying to do with this Easter egg, which is part of the "you're a good egg," thank you for the compliment, is becoming good eggs ourselves, and I will earn a subscription and a like from me to you when you drop your first video. Why? Because going from 0 to 1 video, it's incredibly hard. Look at the embarrassing video that leads off my feed. I'm in a Hawaiian shirt looking like I'm 50 years old when I'm like 20. I literally look like a native Hawaiian, and people give me so much poop for looking Hawaiian. And that's okay, which is why it's my lead-off video. Nobody ever sees that video and says, ooh, I definitely need to subscribe to this guy. In fact, some people are like, is that even the same guy? Why? Because we're at the point in our political correctness where we see the same Chinese person and say, that's not Larry Chang. We can say these things because I think a lot of Chinese people look similar. Justified! Oh yeah, that's a terrific TV show where Timothy Oliphant has a twin named Josh. If those two can't be told apart from their mother, know that people who look alike look alike. It doesn't matter that they're of the same ethnicity, but what's even more golden is if 2 people look alike and they're of different ethnicities. See? Wait, you're not Mexican? Says John Collins. Exactly. That would be Lorenzo, who drops country songs with a oriental twang. I'm gonna pin that. Pin, pin, pin. Pin, pin, pin. The connection is Wednesdays and Mondays. I drop new episodes on stand-up comedy sitting down. If comedic truths that are 100% true and funny every time, in this video, 7% of the time connect with you, let's connect via a subscription. Stay quiet until you see everyone's true colors. Yes, yeah, I have hair. This is my hair. This is how I do my hair, because I'm sweaty and I just rub the sweat together. I didn't know Asian cowboys are a thing. I thought only cowboys wear cowboy hats. What? What? All a cowboy is a person who collects cows. Like, you don't think that Chinese people collect cows? What? Are you thinking that horses were only ridden in America 250 years ago? I think cavemen started riding horses like 30,000 years ago. The Dos Equis guy says, are you telling me that you're an Asian cowboy? I don't think I'm telling you I'm an Asian cowboy. I think I look like an Asian cowboy while I'm singing a country song. Have you heard my future album? I sing this to women. Your phone's not so smart, it's really just breaking your brain. Your phone's not so smart, so put it down. That's not how it goes, I just changed it. It's, your phone's not so smart, it's really just breaking your brain. That's for when she's on her phone and I throw it into a Faraday cage. TGIF. Thank God it's Faraday cage. Why? Because when you go to see Joe Rogan or Dave Chappelle, I'm sitting in the front row taking notes. I'm not stealing your jokes. Your jokes remind me that I need to work my jokes with better transitions. That your jokes remind me that you memorized this script. That's the Faraday routine, because for both Dave Chappelle and Joe Rogan, they make you put your cell phone into a bag. That bag never rings. That bag is caged. That's a Faraday cage. How does this apply to this video? It's, your phone's not so smart, it's really just breaking your brain, which is put your phone on airplane mode, which is us getting better at paying attention, because the first time you laugh, remember, Wednesdays and Mondays, I drop new episodes. But the first time you laugh, or the first time you remember something that I say, which is, let's get a free vacation to Miami for Art Basel, you're gonna be like, oh my God. And then you're going to laugh. But you don't get that until some of this content, all free, resonates where you rehear the joke. What's the old way that a stand-up comedian does? Begs for jokes, begs for laugh. This guy, okay, I'm not begging. I'm super cheap to the point of it always being $0, but I'm not gonna beg for whatever people beg for. What I will be doing is trying to join your walk along your side hustle path to use AI at Gemini for this one trick, which you can steal as a blog post or video. This one trick got me to go to a biohacking conference that would have cost $2,000 that ended up just costing me $0. Thank you, Larry Chang. And you'll be giggling and snorting because Other people who are talking smack on LinkedIn or Instagram are like, oh, I went to this cool music festival. Yeah? Did you have to do 5 easy payments on Klarna? Who buys burritos on layaway? Who goes to a music festival with 6 easy payments of $300? Right? What in the world are you doing? Alternatively, you could write 2 articles on Austin City Limits or Art Basel and then submit yourself as press by emailing press@acl.com. True story. Gabe Rivera, Gabe like Gabriel, Rivera like Geraldo Rivera, asked a music festival, South by Southwest, hey, can I get a media pass? South by Southwest, which is in Austin, Texas, during March. ACL is during October. South by emails him back and says, nope, sorry, we're totally full. Says no to Gabe Rivera. That was the moment that South by decided it would go bankrupt. Why? Because this piece of plastic, it costs $1. And you're gonna say no to press? True story, about a month ago, Hugh Forrest got fired. Am I friends with Hugh Forrest and Gabe Rivera? Yes. Are these things that you can do, which is write a book report on a music festival? What if it doesn't work, Larry? Then I'll have wasted 4 minutes on 2 articles. Wednesdays and Mondays, new eps, new life hacks, new comedy. This turned into a lot of educational content, but the Gabe Rivera thing, that's going to be funny to me in editing. Why? Because for $1, a really big entity decided to recapitalize. It's rich person bankruptcy. Speaking of rich people in bankruptcy and getting bailed out, we who are in the middle, we are getting rugged individualism, rugged capitalism. Asamo Dunk says, you're adorable, sweetie. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and thank you for the compliments. Let's focus, which is, can we write a book report on a work conference? Why? Because we can win a free badge and $2,000 scholarship that we print ourselves. That's what they don't teach you in school. I love side chats. How are you doing? I like it. I like it. I like this being able to, if I haven't gotten to your message, you can repost it in case I have, thank you for asking. I have 9 songs. Song 1 is Your Phone's Breaking Your Brain. Song 2 is Vagina Whisperer. Song 3 is Pussy Magnet. Song 4, I forget. Oh, it's Coincidences and Connections. 2 strong C's. 5 is some song about a cheat code for life, which is getting a mentor. So it's country music, yes. It's organized around Ryan Tedder. Okay, so I'm not gonna say that I wanna be a star, but I'm gonna say that I should have more than a single digit number of 100 subscribers. But I'm also going to be transparent with telling you that by video 1 or 2, you can be time flow positive. By video 1 or 2, you can be energy flow positive. What I mean by those two things is if the first video takes you an hour to do, 20 minutes to perform, and then 40 minutes to edit, or a conversation from me to you that is in lieu of a formalized video where it's just questions and answers like a podcast. After that occurs, while thinking for you, not me, or me, which is how do we become time flow positive? How do we become energy flow positive in a way that a business is cash flow positive? Here's the problem. It's a funny problem, but let's just understand the problem first and maybe incorporate the comedy later. A good business is cash flow positive. We don't want to see YouTube as a procrastination tool. We want to see it as a positive tool, which is me finally understanding Steve Chen and Chad Hurley's YouTube algorithm. Because before I kind of wasn't connecting with it, which is why I have 9 times the number of videos than I do subscribers. Am I going to delete the videos that have 0 views and 0 likes? No. Or 7 views and no likes? No. Why? Because Google I/O happened last week. Google I/O is a tech conference on Google products that encourage you to use Google more. A lot of you guys aren't searching as much on Google. Now Google's in a panic, throwing a bunch of Hail Marys. That's why these videos are taking off. Why? Because I'm encouraging you to use Google Gemini to go to Miami for a free vacation. I'm not giving you the money for a free vacation. I'm a good egg though. This is an Easter egg. Why don't you take the most powerful computer in Mountain View, California, out of Building 51 and ask it, hey, I watched a video with the Oriental Cowboy or Asian Cowboy, or refer to me by name, Larry Chang. He was talking about going to biohacking conference for free. Gemini? Firebase? What in the world is he talking about? Walk me through how I can use the video from May 28th, Wednesday, 2025. How do I make $500? Because guess what? If you ask that question, Gemini will give you an answer. And if you don't like the answer, tell Gemini to do better. Be like, I don't see $500 here. Or Gemini's like, hey, I already gave you $2,000. You want $3,000? Yeah. So you just change the prompt. Prompting and priming is this. And I know I'm making you take notes in a comedy set, but if I can take notes while Joe Rogan and Dave Chappelle are talking, you can take notes in front of your smartphone, which is not taking notes on your smartphone on a scrap piece of paper. Ideally, it's on the cover of a notebook, which is this. PQRST for prompting, priming, prepping, PPP, QRST. Did we just come up with a brand new blog post? because you're doing a book report on May 28th, yes, PPQRST, because before it used to be just PQRST, which is preview question read summarize test. What we're doing is, like Larry Chang, sitting front row and taking notes in front of Joe Rogan and Dave Chappelle for a $100, $200, or $400 ticket, because I'm asking myself the question, how can I get ROI for this $400 comedy show, right? It's kind of expensive comedy show. Why don't I go ahead and sit in the front row and take notes, and therefore I might get invited to the after party where people will be like, hey, are you a writer? Hey, are you gonna steal my jokes? If I wanted to steal your jokes, Mr. Chappelle, I would just watch your comedy special and recite your best jokes, blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't need to pay $400 and sit in the front row. No, I'm just taking notes to A, B, and C. 1, pay attention to your transitions. 2, be mindful that your body language is so under control and that you're a really good actor. Maybe I should take some acting classes. 3, maybe you should smoke a little bit less. Have you explored ways that you can alter your nicotine intake? That last one was a joke, but it's funny because Dave Chappelle's going to get the Gmail alert because all of this content is being transcribed by the YouTube, who then does a Gmail keyword alert search, kind of like SEO, search engine optimization. That's where this video has this much energy. Why? Because it kind of lives on forever. Why? Because this video is time flow positive, not just for me having to edit this video, but for me trying my best to give you remixable content, trying for me to give you your first short video, which is remixing the 15 seconds that you remember. When you do this, your brain heals. When you do this, you will giggle if you actually make $145. Maybe you think $500 is too little or too much money via Google, but what if you read a $3 textbook and asked yourself the question, hey Larry Chang, this Irv Grosbeck book for $3, can I try to make $250,000? The answer is yes. The answer is that's how I got into this school, which is, I think, pretty good. I got in for $3 reading Irv Grosbeck's book. Books. Semi-rich people faking the fact that they're smart or even rich. This is what happened when I met, we'll call him Christian, because that was his name. He goes, books. Are you telling me, Charlie Munger, if I read Charlie Munger's book, that I would automatically be successful because I read Charlie Munger's book? This is the motto and tremendously well executed excuse for last year I read 0 books. What we want to do is we want to take old books and refresh them. We want to take this nearly 1 hour stand-up comedy routine and remix it into its core essence, which can be boiled down to 5 to 7 bullet points. Comedy. We expected it to turn out one way, but then Larry surprised me and I was surprised. This is what I was expecting. This is what I got. That's a mic accident. not a mic drop. Which is, I thought I was going to experience this. Instead, I got these 5 things. What questions do you guys have? I'll do the heckles too. I'm flexible. Oh, star power. So, key to comedy, key to public speaking, key to listener train of thought is people describe stage presence, and the heckle via commenting could have gone positive to be, hey, wow, his communication is clear from topic to topic. But what there's an underlining tone is if you've never had a mentor and are coming into it from a virgin standpoint, where the comments will reveal full power, full transparency, that you've never had a mentor. Because look at the people who posted positive comments with how quickly people got better. That's the dual-edged Gemini nature of, did you come into this comedy set having never had a mentor? Did you come into this comedy set having a strong mentor or a student athlete background? Because some of these accountabilities and truths and Easter eggs and counterintuitive ideas, they're meant to make us better. Remember, these new comedy sets that drop every Monday and Wednesday and every Wednesday and Monday, they're meant to be 100% true. They're meant to allow freedom of expression. They're allowing me to be vulnerable in front of you guys trying to write a country song. They're revealing, when you get power, that from a mentorship standpoint, maybe you've never had a mentor. Not to be too philosophical, but what if we did a baby step of mentorship where both you and I shared a mentor, which is a book? What's a book that you own that's a nonfiction business book that you have not yet read? So you and I will both be mentored by that person with that book. Did this stand-up comedy set take an unexpected turn? Oh yeah. Why? Because this is come and go as you please. This comedy set is not a structured, we're all sitting in the same room. This is a purely private comedy set doing stand-up comedy, sitting down, where I'm in competition with 50,000 other YouTube influencers that have 10x the number of subscribers. We're able to connect here. Why? Because step one for us following up is you email me or in a comment on an existing video, say, hey, I was in your May 28th, 2025 live stream for your Wednesday night comedy set. Let's connect by study buddying this cooking video if a book is too much of a time commitment. Or let's say you've even given up on buying new books because you have the last 4 books that you purchased you have not yet read. Does that hit close to home? Don't let it hit close to home. If you want, I can be your speed reading buddy by watching the video How to Speed Read a Book that's based on Evelyn Wood. Does this stuff have secret tuition? No. No. No secret tuition. She is paying, so I guess so. Yes, I do make females pay on dates. Why? Because it's drizzle drizzle. Why can't I show this comment from Upstart, which is, you are a virgin? Uh-oh. Oh, it was deleted. Wade Harris says, oh wow, looky here. Thank you for calling it an exceptional hat. Kenwood 709. I got it on my friend Jeff's website. In stores, 180, 200 bucks. On Jeff's website, $50. Amazon, $50. And if the package gets lost in the mail or on the Amazon truck, guess who you can send the tracking number to? Jeff@Amazon.com. That's hilarious. How are you guys not laughing at that? Though the email address for the founder of the company is Jeff@Amazon. If you want to CC me, Lawrence.Chang@gmail, like, he'll respond. It's not a robot. My God, why am I laughing at my old joke? What? My old jokes. That is actually an old joke. Oops, slipped. John Collins, as exciting as the stream is, I'm out. John Collins. John Collins is out. It's the person who leaves that creates a large ruckus. Oh, I think I'm gonna be tired. I think I'm gonna go home. It's the long, lingering goodbye. That's actually much appreciated versus Irish goodbye or Shanghai goodbye, where you're like, what? That person was just here. Or a Shanghai goodbye, which is scandalous, which is you stir up the pot and then you bolt. So basically you're just causing a ruckus and then you dip. We are going to spruce up this comedy set by doing a magic trick. So you're going to comment exactly. Oh, this magic trick, it's not going to be like any magic trick that you've ever experienced before on YouTube. What you're going to do is you're going to get closer to the camera. And then when you get closer to the camera, comment 1 period. And when you comment 1 period, I'll tell you what exactly you smell like. This is the scariest magic trick you've ever seen because it works all the time. Maria smells like chlorine because she was swimming earlier because the weather finally got to be 73 degrees. Maria, check in. Check in. What? Check in. Yes, be honest. I know, it's scary spot on, right? Isn't that crazy? I know. I'm sorry I can smell you. Right? Where were you swimming? Where are you swimming? Where were you swimming? Come on. It smells like swimming. What was the weather like outside when you swam? Was it at least 80? Ashmondunk, get Maria to fess up about where she was swimming and why she smells like pool. While Maria, her jaw is on the ground, we're going to not do a commercial break and realize, did you know that you can use apple cider vinegar to use as shampoo? Because when you're using shampoo to wash out pool, it actually adds more chemical to your chemical, where the improvement of it is to use apple cider vinegar. So this is, I consent to females throwing vagina in an aggressive way, because if I block it, it'll only get worse. So female just dropped that she was smelling like pool, salt water, blah, blah, blah. And I could have blocked it. I could have dismissed it. But the key to not getting canoodled as the vagina whisperer, who's also a pussy magnet, is to not block it, to simply see it, accept it, and then move along. Maria, question. We all have a question, which is, why do you smell the way that you smell? Yeah, where did you swim? What are you guys having, side chat? It's supposed to be a pub chat, a public chat. The game that we're playing, remember, on Wednesdays and Monday, I drop new episodes that are comedic. So if positive comedy that attempts to be funny is right up your alley, I recommend us connecting. The game that we're playing is this game, which is you comment one period, and then I smell you through this instrument, this smartphone. Because remember, your phone's not so smart, it's really just giving away what you smell like. Insanity is where you can dance sober. Do you like my singular focus where I don't lose attention? It's not a gift, it's a skill. And remember, if you haven't laughed yet, you're not going to solve your ADHD. Because laughter, you're paying so close of attention that you have an interruption of what you expected to hear, and then now you chuckle because the interruption was unexpected. What's going on right now with this Asian cowboy? We're in the audience interaction portion of this comedy set, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday on a Wednesday. What's the audience component to this? It's magical and it's miraculous, which is you comment one period and I tell you what exactly you smell like. It's been spot on so far. We're about to sniff out what's really going on in your life. Did you know that a dog has the ability to sniff if you're healthy or not? Oh my gosh. And remember earlier, our friend Rosie, who was in the hospital? What we can do is roll on with positive smells, because sometimes the worst part about being in a hospital is the smell. Preston Farber says, this is trippy. Oh, this is not even scratching the surface in a sniff test kind of way. Fortune telling, albeit Christian fortune telling, this is how it gets 10 times more trippy. Guessing what people smell like, I can literally smell you through the telephone. So if I can smell you over a telephone, I can definitely smell you when we're doing a YouTube information swap, right? Plus, like, you're expressing yourself, and when you express yourself, I'm a puppy. I can totally sniff it out. What's super next level is fortune telling. Oh, in fact, if you want your fortune told, put in the comment fortune cookie. Put in the comment fortune cookie and I will tell you your fortune. You can't cancel me because I'm already Chinese. The game that we're playing are two games within a comedy set, which is What Do I Smell Like? And Tell Me My Fortune. They're two games that we're currently playing while playing another game of I don't think I've laughed 3 times in 60 minutes, yet I'm somehow riveted to this YouTube stream. Ashmodunk wants me to tell his fortune. Tell me what the initials AD mean to you. The reason I ask that, you don't have to answer it. The reason I ask that is AD is such a strong, it's a strong set of initials. And I am getting the reading that you have an alter ego that does not combine with your real world self, where this is fortune telling, fortune making, which is, instead of going to a restart or a rebrand, take the fortune of this. When I'm a country singer, I sing by the name of Larry Chang. When I do stuff that's inside of venture capital, I use the name Larry Chang. When I wanted to create a video game character because my pro athlete friends said, oh my God, the end all be all for us is to be in a video game. This is before, when not every player would be in the video game, because memory for video games wasn't 7,000 players in a Major League Baseball roster. So to make it into a video game, it was a high hurdle. What your fortune is, should you decide to fortune make, because remember, this is fortune telling. Your fortune can be increased greatly were you to put all the wood behind one arrow versus a bunch of little arrowheads that you're kind of sprinkling everywhere. Aaron, what's up? On Wednesdays and Mondays, I drop new episodes. Right now, we're playing a game. If you want your fortune told, you put into the comment the word fortune. If you want me to guess what you smell like, type in 1 period. Ashmo Dunk, how spot on was your fortune reading? You think this is trippy? It's about to get crazy. Think if a gypsy were Christian. What's up, Tony? If a gypsy were Christian and didn't need to squeeze you for $1,500 a month for the next 5 months. I don't need your money. I'll just tell you what you smell like. I don't need your money. I'll just tell you what your fortune is. Keep going. That's it? Keep going. Keep going. Your fortune is still your fortune. Tell me about AD. I'm a bit confused, LOL. I'd love to actually talk to you. Also, you have not smelled me. Do you see why that's funny on 10 levels? I'm a bit confused, LOL. You're not confused. It's like a rectal exam, but you're not getting your starfish read. You're getting your fortune read. I'd love to actually talk to you. Also, you have not smelled me. We are talking. It's just stranger danger if we're talking in private. So, AD, tell me about why you're a bit confused. Because when you say I'm a bit confused, that's like saying, oh my God, what you read was correct. Reverend Bryant, what's up? Welcome. On Wednesdays and Mondays, I connect with new cool people via my channel, what they don't teach you in school. What I strive to do on Wednesdays and Mondays is do comedic material. I did a prior sequence that was much different from this one that was called Comedy Corner with a K. This is stand-up TGIF comedy on a Wednesday. Thank God it's Friday on a Wednesday. What were you confused on? People want to know. Just like pool person that was swimming in her Airbnb. Share in the information so that way we all can. Confused about the arrowhead comment. Also, AD is just my initials. Ditto the initials for Tony. Okay. The arrow thing is you solving your arrow thing. Why? Because you've been able to do a really good job paying attention. What arrow is putting wood behind an arrow, where in your life, your fortune could improve greatly should you not sprinkle arrowheads everywhere, but to be one person, but to be one personality. Remember, it's Larry Chang, the video game character, fighting Carlito while having a side piece named Jessica in the movie to be done, which is based on a video game, Dead Rising. He's a 6'5" Chinese guy who is bald, very much entrepreneurial, throwing cows. Are we talking about Jesus? We can. We might later. In fact, we did. It's not a gypsy telling you your fortune. It's a person who loves Jesus who's dropping sniff tests and connecting with fortune telling. Not like a gypsy, but like a Christian. How am I doing? Thank you. I'm glad that you like the idea. Because I'm not trying to extract money. I'm trying to show you how to speed read and to do AI. That is via PQRST with AD, the two ADs that are in our room. Yeah, book, chapter, and verse. Please. It's chapter 15, Breaking the Habit of Being You. It's chapter 19 of the Fiat Standard. What are these things? Using AI to go to a work conference so that way we don't have to go into debt to network with people at a work conference. Let me read your fortune. Number one, bullshit guy. Pretty cool that YouTube didn't screen your comment. Let me read your credit. And sniff. Last time you showered was Sunday. Hot water recommended. Credit, fortune, your FICO score is 500. Your FICO score could be better if you got rid of 2 collections. Do you have an auto loan repossessed? Totally sober. Curtis does it all. I thought you were going to be Bible referencing a Bible book. So this is how I handle Christian spam, is I'll incorporate it with a prayer. So that's what I do with the Christian paste copier. Christian paste copier, FICO score, also 500. Hey, Christian guy, why is your FICO score so low? Oh, you're hoping to manifest prayers where Jesus was like, hello, I introduced you to Larry Chang, and all you did was try to sell Jesus to the dude who already prayed 3 times in a secular stand-up comedy feed. So you're trying to sell Jesus to him. Maybe you should open up your ears and learn about this FICO score preparation and maybe Google who Larry Chang is. Maybe you're trying to convert the other people who have not yet adopted Jesus into their life. What we can do is fix your credit while I help people meet Jesus for the 90th time, but this time successfully. Be honest about your FICO score, Christian boy. Be honest. What is it? 500? Come on. I know it is. I was drinking water. I'm about to refill. Christian boy and the other guy. The guy who showered on Sunday. When you showered today for work, you woke up late. Did you just stick your head under the shower? Hold on. Hold that thought. I'm going to filter some of this water. You're telling me that you were sticking your head underneath the shower head because you woke up late for work. You woke up late for work. You stuck your head underneath the shower head. When was the last time you used soap head to toe? My nose, it's spot on. I wish it weren't. Completely spot on. Why, Christian boy who's disappeared, why is your FICO score 800? This is potentially why. Instead of listening to stand-up comedy, you go from YouTube live feed to YouTube live feed without even looking to see what room you're in. You're literally trying to get Christian stuff talked about when I've now mentioned Jesus almost a dozen times and people think it's hilarious. And it's in a positive light. I haven't pulled a Ricky Bobby, Talladega Nights. And I even popped a quick back-to-back prayer. I really nailed it too. I really did a good job with that prayer. And it was sincere. And I think Rosie's literally healing right now. I can feel it. Have you guys watched the TV show Young Pope? Jude Law prays in a way that is not like the way other people pray. And that's because his character was a douchebag pope who was literally ordering God to do stuff, but in a respectful way in the hierarchy of healing. Nobody wants their credit read. Nobody wants to be smelled. If you're just joining, hi, I'm Larry Chang. This room has been truly magical. Have I ever gotten 19 likes on one video? No! Normally, 19 likes is the total number that I get per month. And as far as views go, I'm getting more views on this magical content. Let's recap and also connect in the future. Wednesdays and Mondays are new episodes. Let's recap some of the crazy things that have taken place. Yes, a Ricky Bobby prayer twice back to back. Yes, dealing with a Jesus repeat commenter. I'm not going to call it Jesus spam, but it was. Also, smelling the Airbnb guest. Maria, we earlier played a game called Comment One Period, and I'll tell you what you smell like. Playing the game in and of itself is entertaining. Why? Because you didn't know that smartphones have the technology to convey smell. Why are you guys sitting in this room? Because you're like, wow, this Chinese guy, he doesn't smell like every other Asian guy that I'm best friends with. This Chinese guy, he smells amazing. Question mark. We also predicted fortunes. Did I whip out a set of crystal balls and start reading fortunes like a gypsy, like a European traveler who's trying to scam you out of money? No, I read your fortune like I was an AI ML engineer that would write the countermeasures and reverse engineer the Fair Credit FICO score credit scoring system. Scoring system from 200 to 850 that would predict your likelihood of paying back a loan. Have you guys heard of the marshmallow test? The way to read FICO scores is you read a person's ADHD while reading the amount of wood that they have behind an arrow. So these things all connect via our ability to do the incredibly feminine thing of sitting in a school system, sitting in a feminist-driven work environment, which is the vanilla cubicle life, which is okay. Being able to manage our testosterone. If we're not able to manage testosterone and we're going and becoming aggro and aggressive, then what happens is we tend to kind of ruin our credit. We also might make a lot of money, but our credit is going to look abysmal. These are the road signs that I look for. Did I also go to biohacking with the idea of treasure management and FICO score reading? Oh, yeah. Did this stand-up comedy session just become deeply hilarious on a second view? Definitively yes, because while this has been, in essence, unscripted, I've been able to use AGI, Asian Guy Intelligence, in order to come up with an outline that, downloading the transcript, I, Larry Chang, consent to you taking this transcript and using it to your purpose, with a structure that if you re-watch this video, it becomes standalone and self-improvement. Self-improving, which is this question, no pressure to say no in the comments. I'll just assume if you don't comment, it's a default no. And that question is this: do you have a website? The reason I ask this is you can get free access to a music festival if you have a website. If you have social media right now, it's nearly useless. Do you have 14 million subscribers? Do you have 8,000 likes? What's most important is a website, because in the age of AI, a website rules. Why? Because now you're able to write 12 succinct sentences, which is why this video seems nerdy, because I'm enunciating clearly enough for AI to develop clear transcripts, clear, reproducible paragraphs that can be organized into chapters. Dare I say, chapters 1 through 14. How can you benefit? You benefit from doing a web page, and then every time you go to a free thing that's cool, we will laugh together, because you'll just comment, did it again, or comment, one period, ha ha ha, I smell like $1 million, or you want me to read your fortune? Because I'm telling you my fortune right now, which is I just made $275,000 going to Stanford Business School for free. Remember, on Wednesdays and Mondays, new episodes. So if you want to make sure that you get this kind of stuff pumped into your veins, into your heart, and into your brain, we should connect. It's been a pleasure. I'm Larry Chang, and yeah, let's have a conversation, because I want to hear from you. I consent to you to use AI to figure out what my phone number is, and I consent for you to text it.